तो गाइस मैं शांति से बैठा हुआ था when this dropped. It's explosive. It's explosive and it's explosive. बस मैं यही बोलना चाहूँगा. What the- It's the bomby low drop ever. Oh great, मेरे headphones कहाँ? Wait. Oh, just what I need. So just in case, sometimes your earphones and all they malfunction, you just open the sound settings and then plug in. This usually works. Casual technical drop.
This world has always been so. Life abides no reason, for none are born by their own consent. Death abides no reason, for it cannot be defied, even by those who see it coming.
Oh, ईस्टर होता है ये तो.
Time abides no reason.
This is what उसका नाम क्या था?
Equally, yet brooks not a second to be reclaimed.
These are the shades, right?
Space abides no reason.
We remember the space one. उसी ने हमारी जिंदगी बर्बाद की है. इसको क्या हुआ?
The ruler of space stopped the golden-haired twin travelers and mercilessly tore them apart.
ये तो हमें पता है. Ouch. ये कौन है? ओह.
The beer... No. This looks more like Rhine-daughter's doing. Please don't litter other people's spaces with your bizarre creations.
Ryan daughter.
Unsurprisingly, all life here has been rendered unstable, tainted by the ruler of space. I have seen enough to know that repeating this experiment would be fruitless.
You seem to wield my power as if it were nothing but a plaything for your amusement.
Nefarious.
Although merging with you has stripped me of agency, I shall still continue to voice my disapproval. My dear Rhine-daughter.
You have my respect, Nibirius. Your nagging is one of the only things that can get under my skin.
And you, Istaroth?
Designs देख रहे हो? Designs देख रहे हो?
Why did you bestow history upon them?
I had to find some way to pass the time, did I not? After all, it's clear that Asmodee is not here.
Well, perhaps you could share your input a little earlier next time. But you're right. There's no trace of Asmodee here.
Istaroth looks so much like Paimon. It's crazy.
Anyway, it's
वही
time to
Paimon है
get the
क्या?
space out of its misery.
So, see, Istroth reminds me of Paimon a lot.
These meetings are just a formality. Does it really matter that
See the face? See the face? Isn't that Paimon? वो बस वो रिंग बड़ी छोटी and she has
only 3 of us are here?
I, for one, think that we should find her. Since the heavenly principles cast us as shades, not one of us has ever missed a meeting.
What if she just switched sides? Finding her would do more harm than good.
she is Paimon. I'm telling you, she is Paimon. यही Paimon है.
Now there's an interesting idea. Better than being devoured.
Just switched sides? You make it sound like such a trivial affair. We are shades, shadows of the heavenly principles. It's unthinkable. Unless she loves her new master more than her own self.
कौन?
Renova, do you know that you're being
Renova.
watched?
Renova is the
By whom?
shade of death.
Whose gaze could pierce this far? I remember those eyes. It was
The
just
Fatui.
before I placed the curse of immortality.
Renova put the curse of immortality. हमको लगा था वो space वाली है that did it. But it was Renova.
Ah, yes. He's an old acquaintance of mine. I'm sure that working for the Tsaritsas helped him let go of his past obsessions.
The Cryo Archon.
Fatui.
With her paltry powers, she dares set her gaze on the heavenly principles.
The heavenly principles have yet to awaken. If I were her, I wouldn't pass on that opportunity either.
My dear Rhine-daughter, you know I cannot allow you to think that way.
उसका ring blue हो गया.
It was purely hypothetical, Nibirius.
Because
For lack of a
Nibirius
direct
is
order, I
वापस
say
yellow हो
it's
गया.
time we intervened. Of course, to the extent permitted by the rules.
ये क्या था?
The gaze of the gods has always been considered a blessing. Hence the origin and meaning of visions.
The commander
People
of the
have always
Fatui.
yearned for the gaze of the gods.
ये अलग-अलग regions है, right?
And yet, it is said that when mortals look directly upon the gods, they invite their wrath and retribution. And what of it? Lives will be lost, a nation brought to ruins. So be it. It is nothing I have not endured before.
ये नॉट क्राई की images है बता.
I
मैं सोच रहा था ये
already
एरिया
know the
नया क्यों लग
price
रहा
of
है.
gazing upon the gods. So tell me, what is the price of killing a god? The god stays silent, as if the thought had never once crossed his mind. To all those who dare not look up to the heavens, Her Majesty the Tsaritsa says this. Behold. Even the gods have their limits.
Goosebumps. Goosebumps. crazy crazy. ये क्या है? Fatui
Inspection
soldiers?
over. Return to your posts.
Make sure the Frostmoon Scions don't pose a threat.
Not cry.
Per the Pale Star Edict, we are to retrieve the damselette from Nod Cry, whatever it takes.
Ooh. ओ भाई, पहले तो मैं बता दूं, सबकी डिजाइन्स देख के बहुत खुश
Has
हूँ मैं.
been rendered unstable.
Nabirius, Easter Earth. Oh my god, Easter Earth is crazy. But कुछ भी कहो, now we love the contrasting image of Runova. उसकी Runova's eyes are crazy और ये जो पंख, god, so nice. If ever Runova comes out, we are going to pull her. Can we even pull the heavenly Shades as characters? I don't know. God, this is crazy. This is crazy. चलो, right now तो we won't, इसको कंटिन्यू नहीं करेंगे ना. देखते कमेंट्स में लोगों का क्या हाल है. Can't believe we saw the shades before seeing the Saritsa. सही बात है. This is the lore of the fourth shade. The first one is God of Death Renova, second one is God of Time Easteroth, the third one is God of Space Asmodee, the fourth one God of Life Navirius, also known as Gold, one of the five sinners of Kandria, Jester, aka Piero, the first member of the Harbinger and the director of Fatui. Baapre. Now the recap. Ooh, किसी ने प्रॉपर पूरी की पूरी लोर लिख रखी है. रुको पढ़ते हैं. Just for fun, है ना. I know कुछ लोगों को नहीं पता होगी. So long before the traveler ever set foot in Tibet, the heavenly principles answered the coming of the first throne by casting four great shadows of itself. तो four great shadows बनाई heavenly principles ने. उसमें से Nabirius थी, who shaped animals, plants, humankind. Easteroth, the undying thousand winds who govern time's flow. है ना. एक सेकेंड. हाँ ठीक है. Asmodee, the stern sustainer who would later bar the sky. Runova, जिसका नाम survives only in a whispered curse. Completed this hidden pantheon. After 40 years of war, the seven sovereigns were defeated and the newborn nations bowed to the principles. Nabirius and Easteroth helped stitch the new world together. Nabirius nurturing life, Easteroth letting stories take root. Yet their work was far from peaceful. They marched again in the great war of vengeance against ancient dragons and a wandering voyager, shaking the very crust of the earth or whatever planet this is, and sinking Enconomia beneath the sea. Even so, Easteroth alone continued to answer the pleas of that lightless realm. Cento ceremony, Bakuso box keeping its abyssal darkness at bay. Royal Mage Pierre, centuries drew on. In distant Kandria, Royal Mage Piero failed to halt his sage's attempt to tear aside the veil of sin. Divine wrath followed as Celestia rained crimson cubes upon the land. Renova descended and marked Piero, other pure-blooded Kandrians, with immortal agony. Piero's bitterness hardened. He would leave his ruined homeland, pledge himself to the Cryo Archon, and forge the Fatui recruiting brilliant but broken souls, Dotorius Scaramouche Signora to wage a quieter war against worlds designed. Meanwhile, Naberius' own fate was sealed deep underground. The alchemist Rhine-daughter unearthed the heart of Naberius alongside her finest creation, Albedo. Hungry for greater power, she consumed that heart infused with the shade, vanishing and leaving Albedo to seek the truth and meaning of this world. Oh, bhai. Literally, she absorbed the shade. Meanwhile, Naberius' own fate was sealed. नहीं, ठीक है. As the cataclysm still smoldered, Asmodee appeared in the sky above Tevat, mistaking the traveler for twins for fleeing Khandrian refugees. Acha. She declared their escape an arrogation of mankind, shattered the heavens into swarms of dark red cubes, and sealed each twin away. Brother or sister awakened first and bereft of faith or in the order Asmodee upheld became leader of the Abyss Order. The other only awoke 500 years later in our present day, power shackled, searching. Acha. Thus, from the first breath of creation to the lingering embers of rebellion, the threads of Naberius' life-giving art, Easteroth's winding time, Runova's bitter curse, Piero's vengeance, and Asmodee's iron law weave a single tapestry. Struggle over who may decide Tevat's fate, celestial shades, mortal kings, or two determined travelers who challenge them all. Ooh, nice. किसी ने कमेंट में इतना लिख दिया और थोड़ी देर पहले यार, थोड़ी देर पहले. Okay, I'm liking this comment. Definitely. What is his name? Oh, crazy man. और ईस्टर रोथ की डिज़ाइन को देखो, द रिंग्स. या फिर जो चौथी जो मिसिंग है, बट वो तो एस्मोड है ना, तो नहीं, वो पाइमॉन कहाँ से होगी. ईस्टर रोथ मेक सेंस. मस्त था. अभी के लिए आई थिंक आई लैंड दिस नाउ ना. विल डिस्क माइल स्ट्रीम अ डिफरेंट गेम. मैं सोच रहा हूँ ऊमा मुसूमे मैंने डाउनलोड किया है, वो कवर करूँगा, बट इन अ डिफरेंट स्ट्रीम है ना. जो चीज़ वी हैव स्टार्टेड विल वो अलग करेंगे. इसमें वो चीज़ मैं मिक्स नहीं करूँगा. तो थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन फॉर वाचिंग. डोंट फॉरगेट टू लाइक एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब इफ़ यू न्यू. मिलता हूँ आपसे नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम में. थैंक यू एंड हैव अ नाइस टाइम.